The most overhyped cards for 2013. We're starting out with a banger. This is Aurelius Fury coming out flaming with a 30 euro price tag, and everybody thought that was the next big best card of all time. It was a Wrath of God, you can kill a creature. It was a Fireball, you can kill your opponent. It was an Orange Shrine, you needed an all-in-one package. But it turns out, well, you needed way too much mana. The creatures are big, so you need a lot of mana. You also wanted to target your opponent. There just wasn't the flexibility of any of the cards that I talked about, so it turns out nobody played the card. It was just a euro or even less. Going next to Dragon's Maze, we have Legion's Initiative, and that card read like a glorious anthem for way less mana and also a flicker effect. So wow. But it turns out, well, it only gives your white creatures that and the red creatures the other. So you need to have a red-white creature that is also good, so you want to play it naturally. But also you need to have mana open for the flickering effect, which you kind of really want to use when all of your creatures die, because if one dies, you lose the enchantment, so you didn't really get out of it. So it just didn't fit, and yeah, the card was super overhyped, but in the end, it just doesn't have a home and probably wasn't a good card at all. And last but not least, we do have Steam Augury from Theos, which is basically Fact or Fiction, right? And Fact or Fiction is one of the best cards printed of all time. So how can that not be good? I mean, you have 5 cards, you separate them into 2 piles, and you take one of them. Fact or Fiction. Except it isn't, because they slightly changed the order of decisions. So instead of you picking a pile and your opponent making them, you made the pile and your opponent picked them. So that means you always had to make a pile with maximum of 2 cards, and that means you only get 2 cards because your opponent gives them to you, which means you don't get ever more than 2 cards, and that means the card is kind of actively really bad because that's too much mana for only 2 cards.